Hello and welcome. I hope you've had a fantastic day. Now, take a moment to get comfy within your bed. Find a place where you can relax and feel safe and warm. It is time to wind down after a big day. First, let's bring our focus to our breathing. Start by slowing down and taking a big inhale. Hold and exhale. Inhale, hold, and exhale. Keep following this breathing rhythm as we relax the body. Allow your neck to relax. Feel all the tension melt away, and a wave of energy slowly make its way down your body. Feel your torso relax before the energy moves onto your arms and fingers, releasing any tension. Now, relax your glutes and pelvis and allow the energy to travel down to your legs and finally to your toes. Now, with your body fully relaxed, remember to keep taking deep, slow breaths as we continue. I would like you to know that I appreciate you just for being you, and you should keep chasing the things in life that make you passionate and excited, even if you can only afford to do them for a small amount of time. That's still enough. Now, let's head back into Roman times, where you are a legionnaire on campaign and along with your comrades are marching through the forests of Germania. A light breeze blew across your face, slightly cooling the perspiration that had formed along your brow. You have been marching all morning alongside the century you belong to. You pull out your water flask and take a light sip, savouring the feeling of having your thirst quenched. Around you, armour and equipment rattle as your comrades march alongside you. Thankfully, you are towards the front of the main column, so the dust from the road wasn't as bad as it was for those further back. You are wearing full armour and carrying a bag of gear upon your back. But you have been in the army for many years, so you barely feel the weight. You are marching into Germania. You had just crossed the River Rhine, so this was the first day out of the territory of the Roman Empire. Morale and confidence within the legion was high, and the army marched quickly, safe in the knowledge that their scouts had yet to discover any presence of the enemy. The location where you'd be setting up camp tonight, would have already been staked out, and after another 3 hours or so of marching, you will arrive. Today, you and a good portion of your century are on foraging duty and would be assisted by scouts and shown areas where wild produce was abundant. It was one of the easier tasks to be assigned, so you were looking forward to it. You watch birds flying across the blue sky in the distance as your body mechanically marches forward. Daydreaming, you imagine what it would be like flying through the air. The view and the sense of freedom would be unrivaled. You remember a time you were in the Pyrenees Mountains and some of the stunning vistas you had seen. It would be like that, but you could get beautiful views wherever you went. You could see the whole of Rome from up there, sprawled out under you. People the size of ants rushing around. The march continued on through the forested terrain. Thankfully, there was a good natural path that made its way through, so it was a peaceful day. Just before you reach camp for the night, your centurion sends off most of your century with some scouts to forage. They lead you off the path into more densely forested terrain. However, there isn't much undergrowth, so it's relatively simple to navigate. You don't walk far before you come upon massive wild bushes filled with seasonal berries and wild roots and tubers buried in the ground. Your sentry quickly gets to work, beginning to clean the area out of food. You start off picking the wild berries, making sure no one of a higher rank is watching as you sneak a few of the berries into your mouth. Biting into them, sweet juice flows out, filling your mouth with their fresh flavour. You smile, luxuriating in the taste as you continue to fill up your bag of berries. Even if it is against the rules, most soldiers will eat a few berries, but only a few. No one would disrespect their comrades elsewhere by gorging on them. After filling a bag with berries, you join most of your other comrades by grabbing your shovel and digging up wild roots and tubers. You have been taught what to look for, and not before too long, you have filled up another sack with wild tubers that will be cut up and added into stews to give them more substance. Digging in the soft loamy soil is quite relaxing, as the tubers are plentiful and easy to find. The soil gives away easily to your trowel, and the scent of ploughed earth fills the air as you keep on foraging. As the day starts to fade, you are ordered back to camp, hands dirtied but heart satisfied that you had managed to find so much food for the Legion. You arrive back from foraging, carrying the spoils of your labour, just as the sun begins to set on the horizon. The relentless passing of time spilled out onto a canvas in the sky, painted hues of red and yellow. The Legion had been hard at work building the encampment for the night. No contact had been made with the enemy, but it was still a requirement to set up a fortified camp. Wooden stakes and a deep ditch formed the perimeter. Within was organized as it was every night. Tents in orderly rows with open areas for cooking and eating. You pass more sentries who nod in your direction, clearly appreciating the bounty of fresh produce your group has managed to scrounge up that will be added to the cookpots over the coming days. Entering the camp, you and your sentry weave through the familiar layout. Horses being groomed and fed, armour being maintained, weapons sharpened, and the general buzz of chatter. You regroup with the rest of your sentry after dropping off what you had foraged at the mess tent. The task had been to set up 10 tents that you all slept in, 8 men to a tent, as well as prepare the meals for 2 sentries, 160 men. They had multiple fires going, with massive cookpots boiling away with an array of meat, vegetables and spices, emitting a delicious aroma that caused your mouth to water. You quickly headed over to your tent to store your belongings and armour, arranging them in such a way that it would be easy to re-equip at a moment's notice. Then You head back to the cooking area and get in line. You have your smooth wooden bowl with you and a wooden spoon that has been with you for over 7 years. Reaching the front of the line, your bowl is filled with the beautiful smelling stew, and you are given some bread. You take a seat around the fire next to some of your tent mates, and for a while all that can be heard is the contented sounds of hungry men devouring their food after a long day. You savour every bite, as this is a particularly flavourful stew. You know, as the campaign extends, the food will become more basic and less appetizing. You rub your bread along the bowl to soak up the last of the stew and finish your meal. Relaxing back, enjoying the warmth of the fire. You watch a few men pull out instruments and begin playing, and you sit back and enjoy the music. It reminds you of your family back at home, a nostalgic, happy thought. You hope they are doing well. You spend the next hour talking with comrades and playing a few dice games for money, which you come out richer than you started, thanks to some blessed luck. Eventually, you head into your tented curfew and lay down upon your sleeping roll. Your mind wanders, thinking about the campaign and what is to come. the sounds of the camp rolling over you, the big day of exertion catches up to you, and you nod off, heading within to explore the land of dreams.